What if I told you there's a city where misty mountains whisper tales to glistening waters, where evergreen forests cradle modern skylines, and each alley hums with a promise of discovery? Welcome to a place where urban energy meets wild nature, a city that invites you, with open arms, to explore, breathe, and fall a little in love. This is Seattle. Introduction. Nestled between the Pacific waters and the Cascade Mountains, Seattle is a symphony of contrasts. Sleek glass towers rising beside ancient Douglas firs, lively street markets overflowing with fresh flavors and artisan crafts, the rhythmic hum of ferries crossing Puget Sound as seagulls will overhead. It's a city rooted in innovation, home to tech pioneers and coffee culture's iconic rituals, yet it holds tight to its untamed edge. Rugged shorelines, wild forests, snow-capped peaks just an hour's drive away. Culture here is vibrant. Music echoes from jazz clubs and indie venues. Public art lines the sidewalks, and the people bring a warm, friendly energy that makes you feel like you already belong. Whether you're craving nature, architecture, history, or urban pulse, Seattle offers all of it and more. So strap on your imagination, press play on your wanderlust, and let's journey through the top 10 most beautiful places in Seattle, from the scenic and serene to the breathtaking and unforgettable. 10. Alki Beach. Picture this. Golden light at dusk, the silhouette of the city skyline across the water, waves lapping gently at your feet. At Alki Beach, you can feel the sand soft underfoot, hear the distant joyful shouts of families and friends gathering for the sunset, smell the salt air breeze mingling with the faint aroma of grilled street foods and fresh coffee from the nearby cafes. Here, you're removed just enough from the urban bustle to feel tranquil, yet the glass towers of downtown Seattle shimmer across Elliott Bay, reminding you that adventure is a short walk or ferry ride away. The promenade invites you to stroll, bike, or simply sit and soak it all in. In that moment, you'll think, yes, this is what a West Coast evening should feel like. And just when you think you've found calm, we're about to shift gears. 9. Gasworks Park. Suddenly, you're on a grassy knoll perched above Lake Union. Industrial-age gas plant bones turned into whimsical art, with kids flying kites and laughter floating on the breeze. At Gasworks Park, you'll see the rusty framework of old towers contrasting wildly with the lush lawn that slopes down towards sparkling blue water. You'll feel the wind rush off the lake, hear the whir of model airplanes overhead, and catch a glimpse of floating homes and paddlers in motion. It's like a dreamscape where nature reclaims industry and urban transformation becomes your playground. And if you think that's charming, wait until number 8. 8. Ballard Locks. Here at the Hiram M. Chittenden Locks, affectionately known as Ballard Locks, you stand where freshwater meets saltwater and ships glide through like silent giants. You'll hear the deep rumble of a passing freighter, watch the water level rise and fall, and smell the fresh cedar scent from nearby fish ladder timber walkways. Wild salmon sometimes make their way upstream in the adjacent fish ladder, a testament to resilience. You'll see bright blue herons scouting for prey, lush gardens bursting with color, and a calm canal lined by the evergreens that Seattle is known for. It's a place of mechanics and miracles, where engineering meets ecology, and it has a quiet magic that draws you in. Teaser, but our next stop will whisk you high above the city, and the view will take your breath away. 7. Kerry Park. Climbing the small set of stairs up to Kerry Park means stepping into a panorama so iconic you'll feel like you're in a postcard. From this vantage point on the south slope of Queen Anne, you'll look out over the downtown skyline, the glistening expanse of Elliott Bay, and if it's clear, the majestic peak of Mount Rainier standing in regal silence. You'll hear the distant hum of traffic, but it's softened by the breeze that carries the faint scent of pine and salt air. The city lights begin to sparkle as dusk sets in, reflecting in the water like diamonds scattered on a canvas. People of all ages gather with cameras, blankets, coffees, and soft laughter, all captivated by the same view. This is the kind of moment where you pause your day, exhale, and just be. Mini Hook. Coming up, a place where you step back in time into Seattle's roots. 6. Pioneer Square. Down into the heart of the city, beneath the shade of towering evergreens and the modern glass of downtown, lies Pioneer Square, Seattle's oldest neighborhood. Cobblestone streets echo with footsteps, art-filled alleyways hint at the city's past, and brick facades whisper stories of gold rush days and industrious pioneers. You'll hear the soft murmur of pedicabs rolling over stone, smell roasted coffee mingling with damp earth after rain, and taste the crisp air of history. Look up, and you'll see Romanesque arches, antique signboards, and hidden courtyards drenched in afternoon light. It's urban, it's historic, and it invites you to lean in, listen, and imagine. Teaser, but hold tight, because next we escape into the forest, just minutes from the downtown core. 5. Discovery Park. Imagine stepping into a forest that seems to wrap the city in green arms. At Discovery Park, Seattle's largest green space, you'll wander through towering pines and firs, feel the crunchy path beneath your boots, hear birdsong in the canopy, and then suddenly open into sweeping meadows that lead to cliff-lined shores. Here, the waves crash gently on hidden beaches. The sea air fills your lungs with freshness, and you can watch sailboats drift across Puget Sound, shimmering in the sunlight. The scent of salt mingles with wildflowers and damp wood. This is nature's calm in the heart of urban life, a reminder that adventure and serenity can reside side by side. Mini Hook, only halfway through, and oh, the next place will have you floating above the city. 4. Space Needle. Let's lift you up over the city, above the clouds maybe, to the top of the Space Needle. Once you step into the elevator and ascend, your heartbeat syncs with the rising floor. Then you're out onto the observation deck, glass walls, and a panoramic horizon stretching in every direction. You'll see the emerald waters, the glistening city block by block, the distant mountain ranges, and maybe even the snow-capped peaks of the Cascades. In your ears, the faint hum of other visitors, the clicking of cameras, the wind whispering through vents. Underfoot, the polished floor that reflects the sky. The feeling is both exhilarating and peaceful, this moment where you can see far, breathe deeply, and feel connected to everything. Teaser, coming up, we dive into a world of vibrant colors, floating markets, and waterfront buzz. 3. Pike Place Market. A sensory explosion. At Pike Place Market, you'll weave through stalls piled high with fresh seafood, the glint of salmon flesh, the shuck of oyster shells, the clang of a fishmonger tossing fillets. You'll smell the bright citrus of local produce, the rich aroma of roasted beans from the original Starbucks location, and the sweet decadence of artisan pastries. You'll hear street performers tuning guitars, laughter echoing off brick walls, seagulls squawking boats in the bay, and the soft patter of raindrops on awnings. Window displays spill into alleyways. Neon signs wink as dusk falls. This is the beating heart of Seattle. Vibrant, timeless, alive. Mini Hook. And if you think that's lively, wait until you reach number 2, where water, mountains, and sky entwine. 2. Kerry Park. Note, if we had chosen a different second place, but we'll keep number 2 separate and swap. Let me replace number 2 with the stunning setting of Snoqualmie Falls. High in the lush forests east of Seattle, Snoqualmie Falls plunges nearly 270 feet into a turquoise pool below. Stand at the overlook and feel the spray of mist on your face. Hear the thunderous roar of water colliding with rock. Smell the crisp, clean forest air, and behold the evergreen cliffs that cradle the waterfall like guardians. The changing light casts rainbows in the mist, and for a moment you are rooted and airborne simultaneously, grounded by the earth, lifted by the spectacle. This is raw nature at its most poetic, wild, grand, and humbling. Teaser, now the moment you've been waiting for. The most beautiful place in Seattle. 1. Mount Rainier National Park. Here we stand before a colossus of steel and snow. Mount Rainier erupts into the sky, a snow-crowded peak that pierces clouds, glows at sunrise, and commands the horizon from every vantage in the region. From the meadows of wildflowers at its base to the alpine lakes that mirror its glacier-capped summit, this place is nature's grand finale. You'll feel the soft hush of snow melting into streams, hear the gentle whisper of wind through high-altitude wildflowers, smell the pine resin and fresh mountain breezes, and taste the literal chill of snow-touched water from a stream. The silence here is deep, an almost sacred hush that only the mountains can deliver. You are small. You are odd. and you are alive. In this moment, Seattle's urban hustle falls away, and you meet the heart of the Pacific Northwest in its fullest, grandest form. As our journey draws to a close, take a deep breath and let the images linger. Golden beach walks, city lights from lofty heights, market chatter and forest quiet, crashing waterfalls and towering snowcaps. Seattle isn't just a destination. It's a story you step into, a mood you carry long after you leave. So when you travel, let your heart remain open, let your eyes wander, and let your soul remember that beauty is everywhere, even in the places we least expect. Because every journey, no matter how far, begins with a single step, and sometimes that step leads you right into the dream you've been waiting for. Thank you for coming along. I hope Seattle stays with you in your mind's eye, and maybe one day in your footsteps.